Hello, Kashif. It's Connor here from Digital Search Group. Hope you're doing well, and I hope I pronounced your name wrong. Apologies if I didn't. I know I get that, wrong a few times. But I connected with you on LinkedIn. I wanted to put you together a bit of an audit of your website. I was looking through your business and what you guys do. But I really like what you guys are currently doing. We actually work a lot in the health space, which I can go into more detail when we jump on a call. But for now, I'll just focus on your business and on what it is you're doing and how we can potentially help your business. So I'll just jump right into it. So I was on your website, and before I reached out, I was looking around the website and seeing quite a few things or how we can potentially help. The website is great. As I mentioned, I love the logo. I'm getting some done myself. So you've given me some inspiration. You have some really good guys working with you that's done that. The rest of the website, again, it was really easy to know exactly what it is you're doing. Um, you know, uh, you have the YouTube video here and everything's great. So it's super informative, which is what you, especially in the space that you're in. Um, the only thing was it did load a little bit slowly when I came on, which is a big no-no in the eyes of Google. So and it's potentially lacking like some content in terms of written content. Because these images are absolutely amazing, but the only thing is Google doesn't really understand and hasn't got the ability to read images just yet. So again, you have some nice little pockets here of content, but again, the content which we'll go into a bit more isn't keyword optimized. So we have a lot of space here that you're using, which is great. But we just really need to use it in the right way so that that content is actually driving traffic to business. So the first thing I just want to go into touch on is I put in site and then colon the domain your domain, and this gives us an idea. It shows up 68 results, 68 different pages, and it gives us an idea of your sitemap and how those pages are structured. So what you notice here, this is what's called your title tag. So this is your first opportunity to pitch to your customers. To This is like your elevator pitch section. So on here, it's actually not best practice unless you're like Amazon, Facebook, Dior, a really well-known brand. People don't typically put the name of their company in here because, you know, um, people just don't know who you are. But what's great is that the word DNA is in your company name. So there is an advantage here as to you doing that because we want to have the word DNA because it's exactly what you do. But what we would actually have it at the end here, and first we would have more optimized keywords that actually drive traffic towards the page. And in here as well, this is like again your opportunity to like really entice people in and tell them what this page is about, so that they say, "Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for," and they click on this page. We want to create clickbait with people to when they see your advertisement, which is basically what this is, an advertisement for your page. Want them clicking in and coming to your site. So again, saying you really want to have that as optimized with keywords and enticing people on like saying free health check, whatever that may be. That's inside. You want to have that written there so people say, oh, I'd like to check that out. But the same here, the likes of this where you see dot 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 and it just says our process. Wanted to say a lot more in our process and nutrients. Not many people are going to know what nutrients are, so it's not exactly enticing people on there. And when it says dot 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 here, it means you actually haven't said this at all. So the page has just pulled up whatever's on the page. Google pulls it up because it needs to have something in here, um, and uh, and it's filled this space. So some of it is good, where it says our process is simple. Through a simple sample of saliva. But we do this a lot better. Same thing down here, dot dot dot. Uh, there's a lot of these need to be optimized. Um, Next, we move over into SEMRush. So what I've done is I've dropped your information into a tool that we use that gives us some of the data for like how your website's performing. So the key things just kind of highlighting here is authority score is showing up 0. That's out of 100, which is unusual. Something tells me there that there's an issue going. You're not getting ranked for any sort of authority score. You should at least be. You're getting about 32 people to the website um, uh, monthly, and again, it's not showing any backlinks. Which, if the website has no backlinks, then there's a there's only upwards in terms of improvement on that. Backlinks are basically like a referral system online. So when other websites point to your website, when you gain authority from those websites, but gain authority with Google, and that's why people direction is when you have authority. So if you don't have any of these, again, this tool isn't 100% accurate. It's more so when we get in on the analytics and stuff like that that we get a full accurate reading of this. But yeah, if you don't actually have any backlinks, it's definitely something to work on. Here is a kind of trend over the last 2 years. Even though looking at over the last year, he's had a huge increase in your traffic. He's had like almost 1,200 people visiting your website each month through December, January, February, March, and in April he's had a massive drop off down to almost next to no traffic. So something big happened here. I do know, what's happened in May is they've actually had big update on the Google's algorithm. So that could be something that really affected you, or something else has happened. Sure, I'm interested to know, um, what's going on in the business here, and this could have some sort of factor in terms of what's going on with backlinks. But what are also showing up here is keywords. So you've got 219 keywords better than the website, and I've mentioned keywords a few times. Keywords are basically what people are typing into Google when they're searching for your products and services. So if we're typing in DNA testing, we would hope that your website is ranking for DNA testing, because that's exactly what you do. I'm just going to open this up. So the kind of keywords that we're seeing, I've filtered this by volume. So as I said, out of that 212 keywords we're looking at, because we're only looking at the US just here, you have keywords like DNA monitoring, female profile, DNA testing, Comcart. But looking over here, just for instance, we focus on DNA monitoring. So there's 6,600 people actually searching for DNA monitoring. You're currently on page, which you've had a good increase here for this keyword. You're currently on page 5 now. You used to be on page 9. And this has 6,600 people searching for it. So if we were actually to optimize this keyword, get you onto page 1 for it instead of page 5, you'd actually start seeing some traffic from this keyword, and start seeing some of those 6,500 people actually coming and finding your website. So again, this is what the whole thing is about: is building out the website so that you're actually ranking for in keywords that are going to bring you sales, that are the people that are actually searching for your products and services, getting you in front of them and getting you traffic to your website. And that's the only way that your traffic, your website is going to become a revenue driver for you, is if we get you in front of the people that you're looking for. There's several ways of doing this. We can do it by ads, we can by SEO and a few other practices. So again, we can talk further into that when we're on a call. But again, it depends on what your goals and your priorities are, which we can dig into. But you had mentioned 23andMe, so I've done the same thing. I dropped 23andMe just to give you an idea of, obviously somebody that's doing quite well within your space. Somewhat, I know they don't do exactly what you're doing, But here's, for instance, okay, they've got 54,000 keywords in comparison to your 200, 220 keywords. Their traffic is 1.1 million people are coming to their website every, which is, they're up like 12% on month. They're currently spending, as I mentioned, ads. They're currently spending around, looks like they're currently spending, um, just see, yeah, they're currently spending, it looks like, they're spending over, well over $250,000 dollars a month on their ads on Google. Um, and yeah, it's and as well as just their organic traffic, they're getting a lot of people, which is two different streams of traffic. But this is over the last 2 years, looking at over the last 6 months. They kind of had a little bit of a drop in April. There was an update in the algorithm around May, which did affect them a little bit, but looks like they kind of covered from that slight drop off. Um, so these guys are doing really, really well. Here's, for instance, DNA test. This is looking at their keywords. So they're in position number two for the keyword DNA test. There's 135,000 people searching for DNA test every month. To go back and see in your keywords, DNA test, search. So you do actually have some sort of like, so you've got a bit more longer tail. DNA test Ontario, Canada, you're on page 10, DNA test Toronto, you're on page 9, sleep DNA test, you're on page 2. Just not a lot of volume, only 50 people searching for this. So again, this is exactly what you guys do, DNA test, and you don't even have that in the site, and you're not ranking for that in any sort of way, and which is a real shame considering there's 135,000 people searching for that every month. So, and these guys are in terms of their brand, they're a fairly big brand. There's a lot of people actually searching 23andMe. There's 670,000 people searching for that. So, these guys are very well known, and but just tells you the sort of volumes that are out there for your business in terms of, and here's some other keywords. Ancestry DNA kit, 33,000 people searching for that. Ancestry DNA, 368,000 people searching for that. So this is the whole idea: is want to identify these keywords that are most relevant to your business, that have good search volumes, that have good intent for people to buy, and make sure that your business is ranking for them so that people actually find your business when they're searching for these products and services. Because at the minute, nobody's finding your business, unfortunately. Again, I know this might not be relevant if you do Ancestry. I don't think you do, but it's potential to potentially do that as well if you wanted, because there's a lot of people searching for it. I don't want to go into too much more detail. I know, I don't read too much, but that was just a kind of high level overview of what's going on with your website and some of the potential you have. I'd love to discuss this further. I have a deeper dive into your business, what your goals are, what your priorities are, and tell you a little bit more about our services, and see if we can potentially work together and help start generating some revenue from your business. So I hope you found this of value, and if so, let's set up a time next week for a catch up, and we can get to know each other a little bit better and go through your goals. So looking forward to chatting to you, and hope you enjoyed the video.